Okay, in this presentation, come hands-on demonstration, we'll be seeing Python file organization and different functions or methods associated with the files. The first thing that we have to observe is the notation that is used. As we all know that there are two different types of slashes that can be used. One in Windows system, usually the backward slash is used, which separates the drive letter, main folders, subfolders, and the file names, etc. In case of Unix-based system, we got forward slash. This is the main convention where these operating system differentiate the location and the file name. But the standard notation that is accepted universally is the backward slash. Why no? For example, in case of Windows system, we have got the drive letter, then a backward slash. For example, my folder is N, and I'll be saving this in the form of a string for further processing. Now, if I put this in Python program, Python does not treat this n as the folder name. Instead, it assumes that as new line character. That is why you should not use backward slash in Python program. So then how to solve this problem? The one way of solving that is use another slash. So here there is no such escape characters. Double slash is always used to differentiate the location like drive letters or main folders, subfolders, and the file name. Other convention is which is universally accepted is the forward slash, which has got no confusion at all. We'll be seeing now all these things in one by one small piece of codes. The first thing that you have to use the library, that is path, from path lib import path. This is a command that you have to use, which has got huge number of libraries. The second is the path command, which is there here, path command. Here I'll be treating A, B, C as different folders. We'll see as I'm using Windows system how Windows represent this. So this is the way. So it returns a Windows path where A is the main, can be root, B is a subfolder, C subfolder, and so on. So this path command will returns the path. The next command we can also print that using print statement. In further operations, suppose you need that, you can keep that in a string variable. This is the way. This returns a string. Suppose I've got some information, some files to be joined to the parent folder. I can iterate using for loop. For example, this is my list of various files, module1.pptx, qp.pdf or marks.docs. I kept all these things in a list. I'll be iterating this one. How? Using for I will be iterating for the file name, that loop variable. I'm going to search that here. I'm going to look that in my files. Using path command, I will be joining the folders, that location and the file name. File name is there inside that list. So I'm going to return string from for statement. I'll execute this one. Just check the answer. There are three files which I kept inside list: module1.pptx, qp.pdf, marks.docs. I'm going to join that to the path. That path is I 2021 2122 odd Python CSA, and the file name is module1.pptx qp marks, like that. So this is the answer or the result returned from that the loop. This is one way of concatenating, joining. The second way is with the help of slash, that is forward slash. I have got location in the path command. I would like to join subfolder or its subfolder and so on. That can be done with the help of slash, forward slash. As the path command, the print statement returns string, this is string. Subfolder python underscore csa is a string. Slide is another string. I'm going to concatenate it using forward slash. Let me execute this one. This is how the result from the above statement. Second way, a third way of doing is with the help of slashes. Two slashes also you can use, that is backward slashes. This is a third method. There is a home folder path and the subfolder which I would like to join. How can I join? I'm going to join home folder string with the subfolder string with the two slashes. I'm going to return it. Show the answer. This is how the result after joining with the slashes, backward slashes. This is the third method of concatenating subfolders with the path. You can also use a slash operator to combine the result of path. So this is one path, this is other path. I'm going to join using slash, forward slash. See the answer now. In one variable, I'm going to put the result of path. The other also I'm going to put result of path. Then I'm going to join both using slash, that is forward slash. I'm selecting those three lines only and running it. So this is the result of this one. You can also use join command to join subfolders, files to the path. Python has CWD function, the method which returns current working directory. I'll be selecting only that much, which is defined in the path folder. Right now, I'm in this location. My files are in this location. That is in E drive 2022 folder Python CSA. Okay. I can also change this to something else, some other directory. I can change using chdir. That chdir is defined in the library OS. Execute this one, we'll see the effect of that. Now directory is changed. Again I'm going to check the current working directory. It should be changed. Earlier it was in E2122 or Python CSA. Now it is E2122. So I can change the I can change the directory using chdir function. Chdir, change directory function. I'll revert it back. Then home function that returns where that Python is installed. So this is in C uses administrator. Session is in this one. Suppose a nonsense file is given. What Python returns? For example, x2122 odd Python CSA chunk. If I execute this one, we'll see whether it is changing the directory or returns error. So this is a exception because this particular path is not available because I used X drive which is not there. So chdir sometime returns the error if path is not proper or it changes the directory. Now I would like to create this particular folder inside Python 1, Python CSA. First of all, I will check this is available or not. If it returns error, then I will be creating it. First, E2122 or Python CSA junk nh1. This is the folder which is not there. We check it through Python. So this is an error. Now I'll be using makedir command, makedir function to create that particular folder junk nh1 inside Python CSA which is there inside 2122 or under E drive. We'll see it. After executing, I'll check manually whether it is really created or not. In E2122, in E2122 or just now created folder Python CSA and that junk nh1. So junk nh1 is the folder just now created. Makedir command is used to create the folder. You can change that path also. Using chdir function, you can change that to other location. Now path is changed. I can execute that here also. This is my terminal. This is my terminal where I'm going to issue the command chdir. Sorry, cwd. Sorry, path dot cwd is the command to change the directory, change working directory. I can issue any commands here or I can write that in the script window. Sometimes you need to see whether path is proper or not, whether the path is the actual path or the relative path, absolute path or relative path. This is an example for absolute path. All the descriptions are there, complete descriptions of locations there, like drive letters, main folders, subfolders, the file name. That path is called absolute path. Sometimes the same location of the path is represented with respect to the current folder, that home directory. So in such case, dot is used. Now we'll see whether given information is the path or the absolute path or the relative path. First, I will check the current working directory using cwd. This is my current working directory. Now we'll check whether there is a absolute path or not. The function that can be used is absolute, which returns true or false. Yes, it is absolute path because all the informations are there. Drive letters, main folders, subfolders. That is why this is the absolute path. Sometimes if I represent that with respect to the current folder, I'll be using dot. So what is the absolute path of the dot with respect to the current folder. Right now I'm saying that folder only, the dot means that represent the current folder. It is not necessary to give. If dot is given, then the complete information is not given. Anything else that comes after this folder is given like this, like dot slash abc slash xyz slash nh. That means the actual path of this is equal this much till here, then this much. So the dot is used to represent that complete path in the relative form. Now I'll check whether the dot is absolute path or not. Answer which I'm expecting is false. You can see here the Python CSA is inside the current working directory. Current working directory is this one. Python CS is this one. So that is represented using dot. What is the absolute path of this one? It adds the home folder as well as that information given there. This is the output. Now, in this example, with respect to the current working directory, rest of the things are added. Now, what is the complete path? Complete path can be obtained using ABS path. This is the ABS path, absolute path. As you can see in this complete information, there are so many information that E is the drive letter. It's also called anchor, the location, file name, then extension, stem, like that. We'll see all the things, suffix of one by one. The first is the anchor part of this path. Anchor path is the drive letter, this one, E colon slash is the anchor. Stem of this path, that is file name part. This is the parent folder names and this is the file. So that is stem. Suffix is the extension of the file. Here the extension is the .txt. If folder is given, then it won't return anything. Then what is the drive letter that is used in this path? The drive letter used here is E. What is the file name? The file name is python code.txt. You can differentiate stem and suffix which gives you name. Stem is the file name part only without the extension. Suffix is the extension. That name is both. Now, sometime file is given, complete location, complete path is given. You want to change the location of the file to somewhere else. For that, you need to split into different parts, drive letters, the folders, file name, like that. The function that can be used is split function. This is my path. We'll see what is the result after splitting. This is how it splits. It consisting two parts. One is the file name part, other one is that parent folder part. That returns in the form of tuple. I can access either the file name part or the location part using index. I can keep that in a variable, tuple variable. Tuple of 0 is at location, tuple of 1 is at file name. I, I can also get the directory name, the file name, all those things using dir name and a base name function. Okay, so dir name returns the directory, the folder, base name is the file name, same as the split command. With respect to the OS, Windows has got one style, Unix has got other style. You can also split based on that separator. This is how that command. Now the difference is that in case of split, it won't split into different parts, but the split command split the complete location, complete path based on separator. Here, backward or forward slash is used as a separator. It split into different parts. This returns a list. The list, the first item is the drive letter. The last item in that list is the file name. To get the file name, to get the file size, I can call get size function. The path is passed as a parameter, which returns the file. There is a calculator here, system32 calculator is there, which is an exe file. I can get its size using get size function. I want to know different folders that are there inside a particular subdirectory. First of all, manually I will check inside the junk folder, which is there inside Python CSC. Junk is this one. There is XYZ, and inside XYZ there are three files. We'll see that whether it is retrieved or not using listdir function. There is a XYZ like that. Then I just wanted to know whether this particular is exist or not, whether this path exists or not using exist command. I know in eDrive 2021-22 or Python CS is there, so it returns true. Simply adding one character like this, checking whether it is there inside that folder or not. Because it is not there, so it returns false. They are very important before opening the file. Now, using this isFile command, I can check whether this is a file or not. Suppose there is a path P. In that path, I'm using path command to hold information, that object, calling isFile to check whether that is a file name or not in that path. Last is a file name. Pin.txt is a file name. It is a file name. Whether this file exists or not, till with this now I'll not be knowing whether really exists in the system or not. I don't. I'll not be getting that. I can check using isFile whether it is there in the system or not. Is exist using is exist. I can check. Will show you later. Now I simply change the file name just to check whether it is there inside that file inside of my system or not. This is not there. Next command, whether it is a directory or not, I can check using isDirect. Yes, it is direct. I change that one of the folder name. Again, I will be showing the I'm calling that function as a false. So is function can be used to check whether it is a file, whether it exists, that is a directory like that. Now we'll be entering to the important part, that is how to write data into the file. This is my path. This is my path. To that, I have to copy hello world. To this file, I have to copy hello world. Then I'm going to retrieve it. As you can notice here, this is a path. Write underscore text will copy this into this text. After successful write operation returns a number, which is the total number of bytes written into the file. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 characters are written into that file sample.txt. Read.txt will return the content of file in the form of text. The close command or open command are used to close the file open. That open command will open that file which is mentioned in that path. So open is to open the file, close is to close. Read will read the data. Yes. This is a file location. I'm going to read that because we already written somewhere here. I'm going to read the data. I'll be displaying it. So this will read complete information. I can read each and every line also, one by one line also, using readline command. Readline command will read the data one by one, the content of the file one by one. Answer is same. Only thing is that readline can be used to read each and every line one at a time, one line at a time. Read will read complete file in one stretch. To this sample.txt, I would like to add some data at the end. That operation is called append operation. First of all, as this file already closed, you have to open it in append mode. A for append mode. If nothing is given, it is a write mode where for every write operation, it clears the whole content and starts from the first location. But here, in case of it, adds the data at the end. Okay. First, I'll be closing the file, then I'll be opening that file, then copying the new data, then again I'm closing it. Here also, I can read each and every line just to see whether it is written or not using read line or read function. Yes, the new data is copied to the file. We'll see some more information. We'll see whether it is possible to retain the variable name in the file itself. Like after embed, I have to copy the data along with the variable. Now, uh, for copying that variable, we have to use your import statement like import shell. Okay, it is a utility. It is a library where these are defined. I'm using this particular file, my data file, to copy that list. First, this is my path. I'll be opening it. Then this is my list having these entries. I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy to this file subjects variable from the list subject. Just notice here how this is written. Shell file is the file that is opened. The variable to be attached is subjects. The variable that is used which holds that list is subjects. See the difference. One is the string which will be attached to the file. The other one is that variable name. Then I'll be closing it. I'll reopen the file and I'll check whether what type of data. Then I'm going to access all these information. That's okay. This is the file path. This is the list. This is the variable which I'm going to attach. I'm going to close because return, reopening the file, and I'm going to read the content. So this is a special type of class. Then I can print it. Okay, I can print it. First, I have to, as a closed here, I have to open it. Then I can access same list using the variable. So this is a file. The attached variable is subjects. I'm going to access it in this way. I'll be closing it. In the same way, I can try it for dictionary. In the same way, I can try it for dictionary. So I'll be declaring, I'll be using one list having dictionary. This is my dictionary. This is the first item, the second item in the list. Each dictionary has got code and subject field. Code is the key and subject is the value. In order to print this in a neater way, format print, pretty print, I have to use import statement. It looks almost the same. I can attach variable to that file using subjects just like before. I can attach a variable. It's almost similar to the previous one. I can access in this way. Now we'll see some more information. How to copy data, how to copy a file, how to move the file, how to delete the file. For that, we have to use Shuttle, shell utility, Shuttle library. I'm going to copy this particular file to this place. First, I will check whether it is there or not. Inside E, it is not there. Now I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy. The original file will be retained, but copy is moved. Now it is copied. Now this is copied. I can move the content. I can move the content. First, I will check the file. This one 18CS55 module 1011 inside here. Then I'm going to move that to E drive. Module 1011. Module 1. Okay, I will check that here. Python. I'm going to move 2223 Python. I'm going to move this particular file to E drive. Just for confirmation purpose, I'll be using nh at the end. This I'm going to move to E drive, which is not there. I'll be moving this particular file to E drive. To E drive. If at all any problem, it won't give the answer. Returns a error message. Corrected that error. This particular file is moved to E drive. I'm going to remove that using unlink. The file to be removed is E colon. I don't want that file. I can remove that using unlink. Unlink command will remove the file. I'll check that there are not in E drive. This one or this one. This I'm going to remove. This one or this one I'm going to remove. Okay. This I'm going to remove. Removing the file. Unlink. Unlink command is to remove the file. Then check it. The file gone. The last topic of this is compressing the file. For that you have to import zip file. Zip file. This is a file which I have to create it. To that I'm going to add the files in the compressed form. I'm going to create a zip. This has got its own way of compressing the file. The Python has got its own way of compressing the file. The file is I'm going to create is e syllabus b1. Where is that? E syllabus inside here. Okay, this I'm going to create it. First I will remove that one. Okay, first I'll be creating a zip file, then I'll show it again. If at all any problem, it won't give the answer. Inside syllabus b1 because that file is not there. Now check it again. What are the different files inside that folder? There is only one file in that folder. So in order to execute that, we have to use zip file, which is here. In that, the function is zip file. Zip file dot zip file of that path. This name list will list out all the files which are there in that folder, which is returning the list. Okay. Now I can check the size of this file or the original file and the compressed file size using file size and compress size command. For this example, I will be taking sample.txt before compression and after compression. Okay, so there is only one file, that is sample list. It will be rated from starting from the first file to the last one. The file information. This is a command to get the file information. That sample info dot file size returns the size of the file. Sample info dot compress size returns the compressed file size. Before and after compression. Okay. The compression size is increased. Some headers, all those things added. Then how to add file to the compressed folder, to the zip folder? First to change the directory. In this case, I'm going to extract all these files here. I'm going to extract these files into this folder. First change the directory, go to this folder, then extract it. All these are extracted. I can check that. Even I can check, I can extract a particular file also. If it is unable to open, it gives the error. In the same way, file can also be compressed using this mode, zip deflated file. First, you create a zip file which is read only type, write mode type, which is empty. W is required because you are going to add files to this compressed folder. I'm going to add sample.txt in the compressed form. The compressing algorithm that I'm going to use is zip deflated into the folder new.zip. The next is I'm going to close, which is open now. Then I'll be opening the compressed folder, that is new.zip. Then I'm going to extract all the file. There shows even that list also. I can access that using name list command, I can display that using list. There is only one file. There is only one file. This is how different features related to the file are incorporated in Python. With this, we have completed some of the information like the path command, how to join, how to form the complete path, how to test whether it is absolute or relative, how to test whether particular file or directory exists or not, then how to copy the data, how to retrieve the data, how to open, how to close, how to extract the data from the zipped file, how to copy data into the zipped file, how to check the size of the file, how to find out what is the file name, extension, the root folder, the parent folder, all those in this demonstration class. Thank you.